There we go. Afternoon, people of the world. It's still really hot here. I just got done making my SKS video and I decided I'm not done shooting for today. So I went looking through my arsenal trying to decide what I felt like shooting, and I realized that my 1911 here doesn't get enough love. So this right here is a Rock Island Armory. You can see their insignia right there on the gun. Rock Island GI model 1911. I picked it up for somewhere around 400 bucks or so. I've had it for a while now, but I only made one, maybe two videos on it, and I don't use it as often as I should. But I got a bunch of ammo for it. I got a grill sitting down there by my car, and I was thinking to myself, what would be better than blowing some .45 caliber holes in it? Now, a 1911, don't get me wrong, I like it and whatnot, but I kind of want to get myself a Tommy gun, an M1911A1 Thompson. That would be cool to have. So, I got 6 rounds in here. I'm only using steel-cased full metal jacket rounds. They're very cheap. I can pick them up, you know, at the store 5 minutes down the road. So, it's all I need for blowing holes in this grill. You can hear all sorts of bullet shrapnel hit my car. I have a .22 caliber 1911, and it doesn't lock open as well as it should. I mean, it used to lock open all right, but I must have stuck 15,000 rounds through that thing. That sounds like an exaggeration, but it's really not. And just through sheer massive use, that .22 went from being a really good, really reliable pistol to not really working all that well. It used to be fully automatic. I had to make some changes to that, but the catch for the bolt, where it catches on the sear, that was worn to hell. So I had to file that back down because I didn't want to be arrested for having full auto 1911. Although it was cool. It was very neat. So a little history of Rock Island. I know Rock Island was stationed in the Philippines during World War II, and their armory was shut down whenever the Japanese took over that area. And I'm not sure when it started back up, but obviously it started back up because they're making guns now. I'm pretty sure that there's a Rock Island Armory Center over in Iowa, Alabama, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's Iowa, but anyway, this right here, excellent 1911 for the price. It's not really standing up to the test of time. The finish on it is definitely wearing off, but I've stuck a couple thousand rounds through this thing, so I'm not all that surprised on it. It's an excellent firing weapon. If you want a 1911 but don't want to have to sell your house and take out a second mortgage at the same time just to be able to afford one, Rock Island and American Tactical Imports are the place to go. This one right here hasn't given me any real issues. The ATI, I have shot an ATI 1911, and it's definitely not as good of a quality as this one right here. But like I said, this one here hasn't given me any sort of issues. If you look on the trigger assembly and the lower receiver, it's actually a different color than the upper slide assembly, and I don't know why. I'm not sure if they use a different type of metal or if it's just a different finish or whatever the hell. The upper slide doesn't have a serial number on it, whereas the lower assembly does. Model 1911 A1-FS, for whatever that means. Guess I only loaded 5 rounds that time. My magazine's smoking. I normally keep my firearms pretty well oiled whenever they're being stored away, just so they don't start rusting. Here in Florida, there's a lot of humidity, and if you don't have your guns inside of a clean, dry place, which is very hard to do here in Florida without spending tons of money, then they start to rust. And I don't like that, so I just lather mine in oil to stop them from rusting. Don't get me wrong, I don't, just soak them in oil. But they're pretty well oiled. Rapid fire. I'm not really counting my rounds as I load these in, but the magazine does hold 8 .45 caliber rounds, which is very convenient whenever you want to fire 8 rounds. Nah, I'm normally loading 5 or 6 just because the mag starts to get really tight around, your 7th and 8th load. Spring tension gets pretty high, and it's just annoying to load those rounds. I mean, if you're going into combat, absolutely load those rounds, but I don't have to do that here. One thing I will say about the 1911, you can definitely feel as your ammunition withers away. Like, this gun without ammo is a lot lighter than this gun with ammo. Not that that's an issue, mind you. It's just you can feel the weight of the gun change as you fire rounds down the range, which isn't bad. It's actually pretty cool. You can tell, if you get good enough at it, how much ammo you have left in your 1911 just by the weight of it. I've only got one magazine. I ordered another one, but it won't be here for like another week, so I'm just using this one. Now, for those who don't know about the 1911, the firing pin system is not the greatest, and if it is dropped with a round in the chamber, regardless if your hammer is cocked back or not, the firing pin could potentially spring forward and hit the primer setting off the gun. This has happened several times in several reports while this thing was used by the military. So keep that in mind. Now, this is the last 3 rounds. After that, I don't have any more ammo with me, so I'll have to switch to a different gun. But that'll be a different video. After I'm done with these, I want to go see the grill, because I'm sure these 45 ACP rounds are absolutely tearing everything up in there. Look at the darkening of my hands from the oil off the gun. Alright. Let's go see just what the grill has in store for us. Alright, there's a very big difference between the 7.62 rounds I fired out of the SKS and the 45 ACP rounds. There's a large caliber difference there. These, I'm not sure what these are. Those would probably be 45 ACP rounds. Yeah, this one I know was a 45. Oh, that's pretty cool. I completely devastated this thing right here. These, I'm not sure why those are so spread out. Let's see. I just barely skimmed the top with a 45 as well. I bet you this one's a 45. I know that one's a 45 because I hit right here with the SKS and it just tore right through. This one was stopped by the back end. Alright, let's see the other side. Oh my. Yeah, that is very, very torn up. Very destroyed. Very entertaining. Oh god, do I dare open it? Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, there's some damage there. And it looks like I completely decimated basically everything in here. This is awesome. Why have I not shot this thing sooner? Look, there's little bits of bullet all over the place. Alright, well this was fun. I'm going to switch over to my little 22 just because I want to see what 22s do this thing. So I'm having a good day. Today's been a good day. I would fire more 45s at it, but my 45s are back at the house and that's all the way over there and I don't feel like walking that distance. So I'm just gonna end this video here. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe because I shoot things like this all the time. It's kind of a hobby of mine, really, destroying shit. So if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It'll show you tons of videos and whatnot. And have yourselves a nice day. That's all I can say. If your day's not being nice to you, make it be nice. That's all we can do. Make it be nice.